Good morning and welcome. Let's pause for the presentation of the colors and the Star-Spangled Banner. Unlike a year ago, this is a perfect day today. Thank you so much for your continued support and willingness to help us in this celebration. Please also join me in thanking the Lincoln Southeast High School Marching Band, their director, R.J. Mateer, and special thanks to the Air Force ROTC. I'm particularly delighted that the Southeast Band has gone on and just had a tremendous year. I was the one that started them this summer with our very first video, and they recovered quite nicely from that. Also know that this is the first day of vacation for these students, and for them to be out here this morning, and I realize for us 11 o'clock is midday, but for students it's really pretty early in the morning. So thank you again to Southeast Band, and also to Master Sergeant Trent Woodruff and Lieutenant Colonel Karen Pullen. Welcome as well to the groundbreaking for our new Lincoln Public Schools District Office. What a great day to come together to mark a new chapter in our journey. Today symbolizes the tenacity of Lincoln Public Schools, and we celebrate the spirit of renewal. Today we take the first step in coming home. I'd like to make some introductions this morning. I welcome members of the Lincoln City Council that are with us: John Camp, Eugene Carroll, Doug Emery, Carl Eskridge, and Diana Shimmick. Would you please join me in welcoming them? Also like to extend personal thanks to Senator Wallman, Senator Haar, and Senator Avery for being here as well, too. We have a couple of former school board members that are still heavily invested with Lincoln Public Schools. Please join me in welcoming Marion Price and Lily Larson. And it gives me a lot of pride to introduce members of our school board team that worked so hard during this last year to bring us to this point. Dr. Ed Zimmer, our school board president, Barbara Beyer, Richard McGinnis, Katie McLeese-Stevenson, Don Mayu, and Kathy Danick. Please welcome them. We look upon this as a unique ceremony, a moment of three celebrations: a time for remembering, a time for welcoming, and a time for breaking ground. What a difference a year makes. 1 year ago, life changed for all employees at Lincoln Public Schools District Office, as well as for all the people in our school district and for the community of Lincoln that we serve. There is little doubt the Memorial Day fire of 2011 changed the course of many lives and many jobs. But we also found strength in adversity. Over the last 12 months, we have not only endured, we have learned, collaborated, examined old practices, and found new ways of doing business. We have moved ahead, we are better, and we are stronger for having survived this horrible crisis. I want to salute the tenacity and the grit of everyone in our school district, and most especially the people who work at our district offices. I want you to know how much respect I and many, many others in our community have for all of you. Thank you very, very much for your hard work, dedication, commitment, and can-do resolve. This morning is also a time for welcoming. We come together to celebrate a new development here on the corner of 59th and O Street. We warmly welcome Whole Foods to our community and to our neighborhood. I assure you, everyone at our district offices is excited about having such a fine neighbor, an organization ranked as one of the most socially responsible businesses in the United States. And perhaps even more important, a place to find treats like the ones we've all enjoyed this morning. Thank you for those goodies. Also with us today is Continuum Partners, collaborating with our school district to create a new space and place in Lincoln, a mixed-use development that is already bringing new economic vitality and energy to our community. Let's welcome Continuum Partners. Finally, we come together today to break ground. Remembering our core mission, we look to the future to create a new center of education for our community. Located in the heart of our community, this new building will stand as a symbol and testament to the legacy of excellence of the Lincoln Public Schools. We have many people to thank for helping us reach this milestone today. I begin by thanking our school board for their ongoing guidance, wisdom, and support, especially through the challenges that we faced during this year. I'd also like to offer gratitude to our collaborators in this new venture, previously recognized Continuum Partners, and of course, thanks to our first official neighbor, Whole Foods. Our appreciation goes to Hampton Construction Company and all the craftspeople who are working on this facility, as well as Sinclair Hilly Architects for their emerging vision of what this building will become. I want to thank all the people at Lincoln Public Schools who are ensuring this building move will be done with efficiency and quality. Scott Wieskamp and his staff. I'm grateful for the hard work and many, many hours that he and his team have put in terms of a commitment to make this a reality. And finally, I would like to thank our entire community for their ongoing support. From day one, literally hours after the fire, the city of Lincoln, through our mayor, Chris Beutler, extended many hands of reach to help us get relocated and also to get on about our work of making sure that school would open on time. I'd like to call the mayor to the podium and to merely state that, Mayor, on behalf of Lincoln Public Schools, I want to present you with this gift of appreciation to the entire city of Lincoln. This plaque expresses our gratitude for the generous spirit of support, affirmation, and commitment to public education in Lincoln. We thank you. We thank our community. Now it is my honor to introduce Mayor Beutler.
Steve, thank you very, very much. It'll be displayed prominently in the mayor's office. I want to go back a little bit and just reminisce a little bit, I guess, about how the community did react to this event, and even more importantly, how the LPS community reacted to this event. I think it would be fair to say that this was traumatic for all. But it is also true that the community picked up on your pain and the dilemma that was presented by the elimination of an entire headquarters unit. And sometimes we call Lincoln a big small town. And I think that there is a wonderful meaning within that, in the sense that people do look out for other people. And when this event occurred, all segments of the community were in contact with the mayor's office. They were talking to each other, and they all came together to do what needed to be done, to encourage others to do what needed to be done, to not miss a beat, and to move forward forthwith. And I'm very, very proud of the community as a whole, and that's why I'm so proud to accept this gift on behalf of the community. But having said that, let me say how proud, especially, I think the community is of the LPS family. It was you guys that got the job done. It was you guys that didn't stop for even a few seconds, but immediately turned your minds to the commitment that you had to the children of Lincoln and to the people of Lincoln, and started to reorganize and relocate and think things anew and focus, and with great confidence move ahead to that next school year, which you knew was going to be a hard one. And let me say, that school year is over. And I think as far as the citizens of Lincoln are concerned, they didn't see any difference. They felt like their kids got the same quality education this year as they've been getting year after year in this school system. And that's an incredibly wonderful thing to be able to say. Dr. Joel passed on to me something that I think his director of technology said at one point in time. I don't remember his name now, but it was something to the effect that the school system and all of us will be judged not by the event that occurred, but by how we react to that event. And your reaction was so superb. I think if Winston Churchill were alive today and knew about this little piece of the world and this thing that happened, he would have said, indeed, that this was your finest hour. And then, for frosting on the cake, along comes Whole Foods and this wonderful development. For my first 4 years in office, I didn't hear anything that was said to me more than, we need to get Whole Foods here in town. And when I ran for re-election last year, some lady told me I was useless. I had gone 4 years and had this whole town to sell to Whole Foods, and I couldn't do it. And along comes Dr. Joel with this little bitty piece of land and convinces Whole Food and Continuum to settle in here, not only to help build the school building, but to build a very nice development, high quality in every way, design, goals, the retail products that they sell. And so I wanted to thank you, Dr. Joel and Continuum, for your work, for this added piece, which the city administration appreciates very, very much. So good work all around, and a great day to celebrate it all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. Ed Zimmer, President of the Lincoln Board of Education.
Thank you all for being here. This has been a major project, major commitment for the board, and I'm so proud of my colleagues and the whole district for how we've been able to be back just a year later. I was struggling yesterday with the cryptoquote puzzle in the newspaper, but there are only 26 letters in the alphabet, and eventually they organized themselves into a sentence from Frances Shand Kidd, mother of the late Diana, Princess of Wales. It read, "You need bruises to know blessings, and I have known both. The staff of LPSDO certainly was bruised a year ago. I hope you have already known some blessings in the community support you've received, in the resilience you've shown in overcoming losses and obstacles, in the increased appreciation of the value of your work for Lincoln's treasured public schools. A little over a year from now, I trust the LPSDO staff will feel especially blessed to return to a building organized to assist the important work you do. It'll even have a heating and cooling system that both heats and cools. Very 21st century. Best of all, it will bring you all back together again.
Thank you, Dr. Zimmer. As much as I would like to, and the board would like to take credit for Whole Foods coming here, it actually was the vision of our Continuum partners. They captivated us with what this site could look like and won our hearts very, very quickly. It's my pleasure now to introduce Mark Falcone, CEO and founder of Continuum Partners, our collaborator in this exciting project.
Well, it's a thrill to be here today, and I just want to pause and really congratulate you all for really taking the time to really properly acknowledge this moment. It's interesting, as time moves more quickly in our lives, we find that many of our projects seem to skip some of the ritual moments that we used to really celebrate in the past. And we really congratulate you all for really making this an extraordinary acknowledgement of all of the hard work and effort that's created this, this very exciting opportunity. So congratulations to all of you, and for actually throwing such a wonderful celebration. Mayor Beutler, I just want to thank you for, frankly, welcoming us into your community. We first were introduced to the mayor and his staff about a year and a half ago, related to actually another opportunity that we were looking at. And we very quickly fell in love with this community and with the mayor and his administration. One of the privileges and the delights of doing what we do is you get to wander around the country and explore all kinds of different communities. And it's amazing and it's remarkable how quickly you get all kinds of little cues about what kind of community you're in. Simply driving the streets and looking at the way neighborhoods are maintained gives you a great signal for what kind of a community it would be to work with. And I just really want to congratulate the Lincoln community, the East Ridge neighborhood in particular, and the neighborhoods that are behind it. This is a really, really delightful place, and it's obvious that this is a community that's had a long tradition of caring about its character, and it shows in everything that is displayed here. One of my favorite streets I've seen anywhere in the country is along Lindcrest here. When you get to the top of that hill where there's that unbelievable little collection of oak trees that create this gorgeous tree canopy, and then you have these beautiful limestone mid-century modern homes that sort of crest that hill. It's absolutely spectacular, and I've made it a point to go up that street every time I've been in town. So congratulations to all of you that have made that happen over the years. Dr. Joel, thank you so much for, again, organizing this ceremony today, and also for the tremendous staff that you have at Lincoln Public Schools. We've had a phenomenally successful and enjoyable opportunity working with your staff on this project. It's been a complete delight. Also, thank you and your board, Ed Zimmer and Kathy Danick, who was the president when we first started this project, for the decisiveness with which you moved to move this project forward. I'm reminded of New Year's Day, when the real estate person from Whole Foods, a gentleman by the name of Paul Hilliard, at New Year's Day at 10 in the morning, we were negotiating his LOI because we knew that the school board was serious about moving forward with this project, and if we weren't able to get a firm commitment out of Whole Foods in a timely fashion, that it wouldn't happen. So you moved with incredible decisiveness for a political body that has lots of things to worry about, and thank you, because I think you've helped to make this project an exciting project because of your leadership. And I know some of these names have been mentioned already, but I'm going to repeat them because it's worth noting that these people have made it really this project happen. And they've made something, they've made a project that could have just simply been an ordinary, normal project into something really extraordinary. So Mark Shepard and Scott Wieskamp from the LPS staff, I think we all owe them a big applause and a shout out. And then Jim Gesford, who represents the school district, and I will tell you, Dr. Joel, quite well. I think Dan Murphy, my partner, is out there nursing his bruises from his negotiations with Mr. Gesford. But Jim, thank you. And I do also want to acknowledge Marvin Kraut and Steve Hendrickson from the city. They really were phenomenally responsive, and held the project to a very high standard, which is something that we appreciate. That gives us great confidence in the in the long-term quality of the investment. And I really want to thank Marvin and Steve for their great leadership and competence. And of course, the actual design team for the project really bears mentioning. Olson Associates have done a tremendous job on this project, and have Sinclair Hill. Tim Gergen from Olson has been the lead, and Liz Coleman from Sinclair has been the lead on the architectural side, and really phenomenal. It's very exciting to be out here today and really start to see the site reach its grade. I think you guys expressed great vision with the project, and thank you. And I also want to just take a moment to again acknowledge folks from our team, the Continuum team. One of the things that Continuum really prides itself on is the opportunity to help create and facilitate community. And we really try to approach what we do in a very long-term way. And so that means building relationships that will last forever. And I want to thank my partner Dan Murphy and Peter Fair and Roger Pexock, Doug Alexander, and Len Moldenauer for really conducting themselves through this process in a way that I feel quite proud of, and I appreciate that. And then lastly, let me just acknowledge our Whole Foods team. One of the great things about Whole Foods as a group to work with is Whole Foods also cares about community. Whole Foods, everything they do is about reinforcing the community of their staff and their employees in the store, the community of their customers, and the community of their suppliers. And they really are different. They really are unique. And it's a thrill for us to have had so many opportunities to work with them and to experience that firsthand. And I really want to thank them for all of their commitment to this project and for buying into the vision very early. I think you will find them to be a fabulous community citizen, and I think it's so exciting and interesting that they're going to be based right on the headquarters for your terrific school system. So, congratulations to Whole Foods for being here, and Scott Salsbury, who is I think going to be up here next, for making the effort to get out here from Chicago. Thank you very much, Scott.
Well, let's welcome Scott Salsbury, who will serve as the Vice President of Operations for a new Whole Foods store in Lincoln to be built right on this corner. Scott, we welcome you to Lincoln.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day in Lincoln, Nebraska, huh? And you know what? I just want to say how inspiring it is to me how you all have moved past those events of last year. Truly inspiring. As the world's leading natural and organic retailer, Whole Foods Market is excited to offer our new Lincoln community our wide variety of high-quality foods that are free of artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, and hydrogenated fats. We are excited to increase access to fresh and healthier natural organic foods and to bring an estimated 100 jobs to the city of Lincoln. Thank you. Whole Foods Market plants its roots deeply in the communities we serve. Community support is one of our core values, and it's something that we keep in mind each and every day as we do our job. We look forward to supporting Lincoln in many ways, not only by working with local residents and community organizations, but also local businesses that are key to the success of Lincoln. Creating win-win partnerships with our local vendors is essential to Whole Foods Market. We are proud to offer a variety of new local vendors a marketplace to showcase their outstanding products. We have many people to thank, and I know I'm forgetting some. Lincoln Public School Superintendent Steve Joel and the Lincoln Board of Education, Lincoln Mayor Chris Beutler, Ed Zimmer, President of the Lincoln Board of Education, Mark Falcone, Continuum CEO and founder, and last but not least, the community of Lincoln and the Lincoln Public School District. We are really here today because the employees of the Lincoln Public School District offices and the Lincoln community have inspired us. We hope to inspire you with the new store we announced today and look forward to sharing more exciting news with you as we prepare to open our store in the days beyond opening. And lastly, I just want to say how excited Whole Foods Market is to be in Lincoln. It's a perfect fit for us, and we cannot wait to get started. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You know, in the hours and days and months after the fire, a lot of heroes emerged. There were tremendous stories that people told. We tried to capture many of those through the work of Mary Kay Roth and her staff on our website. Everybody had a particular sense of loss, but also a sense of hope and sense of recovery. We've asked three of our valued members of our team to speak today, and they'll speak in this order. Cindy Brunken, Special Education Supervisor, currently works in the Hawthorne Building. Matt Larson, Curriculum Specialist for Mathematics for Lincoln Public Schools, who is now working at the Teaching and Learning Center at Experian. And Chris Warner, our Graphics Manager, working at the Lincoln Public Schools offices at Solarian. So, Cindy, if we could begin with you, and then we'll just one after the other.
Good morning, and thank you. Today is truly a day to celebrate. It's hard to believe that just 1 year ago, this was the site of terrific loss and devastation. The personal and professional losses for everyone who worked here have been profound, and we're still feeling some of those losses today. Every time I've driven by this site this last year, I've been filled with fond memories and with some sadness. This year, it's been touching to hear the voice of a colleague on the phone across town that I used to see in the hall every day at LPSDO, or to have the opportunity to meet with colleagues across town. We don't take those daily interactions for granted anymore. LPS is a big community, and like the mayor said, we're kind of a big small town. No person or department works in isolation. We collaborate every day. And through it all, we've never lost sight of our mission, making sure that all of our students have the opportunity to learn and develop to their fullest potential. So we've found new ways to continue our collaboration over the distance that literally stands between us. The people who work at Lincoln Public Schools district offices are committed to the 36,500 students who attend our schools. These are the people who support and back up the important work of our teachers and our principals so that they can focus their time and attention on teaching our students. These are the people who coordinate the instruction, the special education programs, the library media centers, the nutrition services, and the athletic programs. These are the people who hire the best and brightest employees, who make sure our employees get paid, and who keep all of the various pieces of technology working. These are the people who work hard behind the scenes to make sure our district runs smoothly every day. So today, thanks to the amazing work of our executive committee, our school board, and our community, this is a site of hope and new beginnings. This is the place where we all come together again to serve our students, our families, and our schools. Today, we celebrate. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of everyone who currently works in the Experian building, I would like to add my thanks to the mayor and the city council for making that facility available to us, and thank the school board and the community for rebuilding the central office on this particular site. One of the many lessons we learned this past year as we worked separately in different locations is how truly interconnected our work really is. We simply did not appreciate the efficiencies and the synergy that come from working together until we were forced by circumstance to work apart. And while the work of the district has gone on nearly flawlessly and technology has allowed us to communicate on certain levels seamlessly, there simply is no replacement for face-to-face discussion and meetings. By making the decision to rebuild on this particular site and bring most central office people back together under one roof, the community can be assured that our work will move forward in a highly efficacious manner on behalf of our students and our families. But the building represents more than just a place where people are going to return to work. For many of us, it provides a sense of identity and a sense of belonging. For many of us, our history is actually rooted in part right here at 59010 O Street. Its reconstruction on this site symbolizes not only this community's commitment to education, but recognition that the work that takes place within this building is of high value and contributes to the successful education of thousands of students each and every day. And for that recognition, we are most grateful. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome all to the LPSDO Groundbreaking. I was asked to come speak at this groundbreaking, and on my way up, I noticed that huge hole, and I was just wondering what time I actually was supposed to be here. I'm not a public speaker, so I'll do my best. I want to join Matt and Cindy here this morning as LPS employees of the district offices. I'm proud to represent my hardworking colleagues in this important event. But a little part of me thinks that it might have just been a sneaky trick by Dr. Joel to get me into a suit. You know how he is with his dress codes. Is he laughing? My coworkers at the district office are dedicated to LPS, whether it was in the old building, and I mean old building, in the buildings we are in now, in the new building we will be in next year. LPSDO is a hive of activity supporting the Lincoln Public Schools, supporting the district. We're here to serve the district. We're here to support and serve the teachers, the schools, the students, and even the public. We're here for Lincoln just as Lincoln was here for us, helping us to rise above the ashes and as we got things back on track. It's been a long and tough road for everyone involved getting to where we are today. But like all close-knit families, we rallied around each other, we supported each other, and with help from our beloved community and city, we've persevered and came out the other end stronger and more dedicated than we've ever been. Tragedies sometimes have a funny way of doing that sometimes. I'm excited and eager for the new building, and in fact, the new corner. It looks to be something very, very special, just as all the people at LPS are special. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Grab a shovel, we got a hole to fill.
Thank you, Cindy, Matt, and Chris for your remarks. You know, in the weeks following the fire, several of us were set up a headquarters down at the facility maintenance building, and we began the work that actually began the night of the fire, and that is the rebuilding or the reorganizing of our district so that we could maintain our pace. Never once, with the colleagues that I'm blessed to work with on an everyday basis, never once did I hear we couldn't do something. We knew it was going to be tough. We knew it was going to be challenging. We knew we had to continue to communicate with our community and our internal stakeholders as well as all of our other external stakeholders. We knew we had a lot of eyes on us. And every day that we went to work, it was one more step with the great cooperation of a wonderfully supportive city. I'm so proud of the people that I work with, and I just want to call them out for a second and have you recognize them. First, the exec team that I work with: Marilyn Moore, Nancy Biggs, Mary Campbell, and Mark Shepard. One of our true heroes in this whole ordeal, Kirk Langer, who's our director of technology. And then Mary Kay Roth and her communications team, who literally that morning at 7 o'clock began or developed a communications plan, something that as a superintendent, I wasn't thinking about communicating with anybody other than our staff. So thank you, Mary Kay, for keeping that organized. Okay, well, thank you again to all of our speakers and our partners. But, you know, we're here for a specific purpose. And as Chris said, we're ready to make it official. So let's break ground on the new Lincoln Public Schools district office. We're going to go over there and grab a shovel.
This has been a presentation of Lincoln Public Schools. A monthly programming guide may be found at www.lps.org.